Good morning, everyone. It's Thursday, April 1st, April Fool's Day, 2021. Welcome to our weekly psalm. And this morning, the psalm I'm using is one of the psalms that is a choice for Maundy Thursday. It's Psalm 116, verses 10 to 17. How shall I repay the Lord for all the good things he has done for me? I will lift up the cup of salvation and call upon the name of the Lord. I will fulfill my vows to the Lord in the presence of all his people. Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his servants. O Lord, I am your servant. I am your servant and the child of your handmaid. You had freed me from my bonds. I will offer you the sacrifice of thanksgiving and call upon the name of the Lord. I will fulfill the vows to the Lord in the presence of all his people. In the courts of the Lord's house, in the midst of you, O Jerusalem, hallelujah. It's hard to believe we have arrived at this point already, Maundy Thursday. It seems that Lent has gone so quickly, but now we're into the 3 days of the Triduum, Maundy Thursday, Good Friday, and the Easter Vigil. This morning, we are preparing ourselves to go into the upper room with Jesus, to celebrate the Last Supper with his disciples, and to hear of his great love for us and his new commandment to love one another as he has loved us. Now, I'll save that for tonight's sermon, for our Maundy Thursday service, which begins at 6 p.m. Arizona time or 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for all of you who are on the east side of the continent. But this morning, again, Psalm 116, verses 10 to 17, it's a beautiful psalm. And it talks about, all the good things that God has done for us and that we respond in love. And we ask, how can I? How shall I repay the Lord for all the good things that the Lord has done for us? And we respond in love. We respond in worship and praise. We respond in service to others. We follow the examples of Jesus, which again I'll be talking about tonight, when he gives the ultimate example of servanthood by washing the feet of the disciples. But we are called to follow Jesus, to fulfill my vows to the Lord in the presence of all his people, verse 12 says, and that we lift up the cup of salvation. Of course, when the psalm was written, Jesus hadn't yet been in the world and hadn't set his teachings and his examples to us, but it takes on a whole new image to us as Christians. Lift up that cup of salvation when we are able to share together the Lord's Supper. And for so many people in this year of pandemic, there hasn't even been an opportunity to share that cup. But we share in different ways. We share in giving of ourselves to others, and especially for those who have been in isolation and who have been sick, and for those who have been grieving for losses, especially due to COVID. We can lift up the cup of salvation through our own hearts, by lifting our hearts up to God and lifting our hearts in compassionate care and service to other people, especially through this time as we continue through the pandemic. I will fulfill my vows to the Lord in the presence of all his people, in the courts of the Lord's house, in the midst of you, O Jerusalem. Continue to walk with Jesus. We enter into the most solemn days of the year. Be with Jesus tonight, wherever you are, wherever you're watching from. If you're unable to be at a service in person, watch the services your churches are providing, whether it's pre-recorded or whether it's streaming online, whatever it is. Be part of the story, the drama. Tonight is the night when Jesus shares that last meal and is then betrayed and taken away to be crucified. Take time to reflect on his great love for each of us, his sacrifice. Hold on to the moment. Be strong. Pray that the Spirit will allow you to stay with Jesus, to pray with Jesus, to not flee, to be strong and even be at the foot of the cross with him tomorrow, so that we could all come together and celebrate and joy, having gone through those days with him, and celebrate and sing the hallelujahs on Easter morning. So I know it's a little premature, but I won't see you till next week. But have a blessed rest of the Holy Week and a blessed Easter to all of you. And I share this from not only myself, but from my family, my wife Annette, and my boys. Have a blessed Easter. See you next week.